So we talked about the what is semen and why it's vital and how we should retain it and the benefits of retaining it. So now let's talk about how often you can actually release. Welcome. Hey, it's Free and welcome to this video blog episode of The Soul Growth. Thank you so much for coming back. I hope you have been keeping up because I've touched on so many different things. All right, so this week's topic is going to be about learning when you can ejaculate, when it is safe for you to ejaculate, knowing the time frame in which you can actually release, learning your body. See, this is very, very, very important because I want to be clear about one thing. It is not my goal to say that you can never ejaculate. My goal is to help you understand that there is a way that you can go from, instead of 20 or 30 minutes of pleasure, you can have a whole full night experience of pleasure without any additives, without any alcohol, without any Viagra or anything like that. The whole goal is to get you to a place where you understand there is a way to separate orgasm from ejaculation. They can be two separate things. They don't have to be one whole. And the whole purpose of it is to understand that you can ride the wave of that orgasmic energy once you learn how to separate the two. So I want you to learn how to maximize that stagnant energy, that energy that if you are not releasing, it can become overwhelming. So the whole purpose of it is to learn how to not only transmute, but to elevate that sexual energy from deep down in your tummy area, your root, and your sacral, and take it all the way up to your third eye and your crown. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I want you to understand how to do. And the best way that we know how to do that at this present time is utilizing the microcosmic orbit. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into the microcosmic orbit because there's a lot of information out there. There are articles, and I'll put some down below. And by far, one of the best ways to find out more information of this is The Multi-Orgasmic Man, a book by Montauk Chia. And like I said in the previous video, he is like the SME, the subject matter expert of all of this, because he is exposing a lot of the knowledge and wisdom that the Chinese and the Tao have used for a very long time, and he's giving it to us and helping us to understand. Now, this is something that you have to take seriously. This isn't something that's going to change overnight. This isn't something that's like a wham bam really quick thing. It takes diligence, it takes focus, it takes intention. And me being a woman, I don't have the parts and the machinery to be able to do the things that I'm telling you. So just trust and know, I have been talking with people who have studied this, who have practiced this, and who really understand this in a way that most people don't. And then I go and I do more research and I present to you what tidbits I have found to be the most useful or helpful. And I really hope that it has been helpful for you. Oh, by the way, like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I gotta throw that in there. Like, comment, and subscribe on my videos, y'all. I need more people to see this information, and I'm working on ways to do that, but I would love your help. So now that you know how vital seminal fluid is, now that you know the importance of that seminal fluid and why you want to hold on to it, let's talk about how we can, how often you can release it. Because it's not that I don't want you to ever release it. Your body will naturally do that. But let's talk a little bit about formulas. So I did a lot of research on trying to find out a consistent statement of how often a man can ejaculate safely without deteriorating or taking away from his essence in such a way. Like, you're going to be releasing some of your essence regardless, but the idea is to not release as often and to do it in a way that's naturally in the flow of your body. So a lot of what I saw said things like, okay, if you're in your 20s, once every 4 days you can release safely without having any real damage to yourself. Or once every 8 days if you're in your 30s, once every 16 days if you're in your 40s. You see how it doubles? And then once every 21 days if you're in your 50s, and once every 30 days if you are in your 60s. Now, though that sounds so simple and easy to remember, because that's what we want simplification, that does not mean that that applies to everyone. Some people say you can release every 2 times. I mean, 2 times out of every 10 times you have sex. But if you have sex twice a day, that's still once every 5 days or so. So the reality is there are so many different variables, and you have to learn to listen to your body. And that is the most pivotal, vital, important thing that I really want to say to you. Listen to your body. I'm here to enhance your sex life, not take away from it. I don't want you to be a slave to formulas. I just want you to learn your body. But one thing I do want to mention, there are a couple of rules. Do not release when you are sick. Remember how I said there's zinc and testosterone and other vitamins and minerals in your seminal fluid. Therefore, you should never release when you are sick. You could use that energy to help recycle and get you could recycle that energy, to help to get you in a healthier, more positive state and get your chi back in order. Do not release when you are over 60, if you can help it. And if you do release over 60, once or twice a year at best. When it's cold outside, when it's winter, a man should not release as often. So if you set a baseline, if you find a baseline for how often you can release, then make sure that you add a few days to that when it's cold, because your body is doing a lot more work in the winter to keep you warm and to keep your immune system high. And so you don't want to take away from that. You don't want to diminish that. And so those are 3 cardinal rules when it comes to when you do ejaculate. Now let's talk about separating, and let's talk about how to release and how to go about this, okay? What I found to be one of the best possible ways is to understand that your body will let you know when it's safe to release. If you have sex but do not release for a period of time, if you give your body the time, and let's say you set a goal, I'm not going to release at all, you will naturally release, usually in your sleep after a certain point. That's your body's time frame. That's how you can measure it. That's how you know, okay, this is a safe time frame, because my body builds up this energy and knows how to use this energy, and then it says, okay, enough, I can release it. I'm full, I'm good. That is your baseline. That is what I feel like is the best possible baseline. Listening to your body. Learning your body is everything. Listening to your body is everything. Don't listen to what other people tell you. Listen to what your body tells you. If your body tells you this feels good or this is it, like, pay attention. Be very aware of what you're going through. Learn how to get yourself to the edge and stop. And know what the different sensations are that get you closer and closer to the edge. You're not going to be perfect about it. It's a whole process. I get it. So, you may ejaculate a little bit more than you intend to at first, but don't get discouraged. Just know it's part of the process. Learn your body's rhythm. Pay attention to how you feel before, during, and after an ejaculation, so that you learn all these different symptoms, all the different ways, what matters, what doesn't matter, how often, how frequent. So what if you try for 3 weeks to do the calculations of once every 4 or 8 days or something like that? If you did that, pay attention to how your body felt before, how much energy you had. Pay attention to how you feel in the morning. Pay attention to how you feel in the afternoon. Pay attention to how you feel later in the day, like in the evening or before you go to bed. And make note of that to see, actually become present in your body so that you are well aware of what is going on, what you are feeling, and how it's making you feel. Self-practice is everything. And even though I feel like you can go way further with a partner in this journey, self-practice still is very, very, very important, because there are certain things that you have to know about yourself so that you know how to respond when they occur with someone else. Okay, guys, I have seriously blown my time. I did not realize how deep I was going to go into this, and there's so much more. I just want you guys to read, educate yourselves. I'm just trying to put you onto a basic concept of information. You really have to do the research. You really have to have that diligence and do the practice. Love and light to you guys. Mwah. Peace.